Wanderlust, a strong desire or urge to wander or travel and explore the world. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy. Usually I have a huge problem with summer allergies, but for some reason the last 2 years winter allergies have been killing me. Sorry about the noise too. I've got some neighbors building over here beside me, and they're loud like this every day. It ruins the hunting and everything around here, so I can't wait till I get that done. Anyways, today's December 1st. It's a beautiful day here in North Georgia. It's like 65 degrees. It was sunny, kind of overcast now. I've spent most of the morning since daylight cleaning up the yard and doing the stuff because trapping season opens today, so I'm going to be focusing my time towards that. But I figured today would be a good time to go ahead and do this project that I've put off since this time last year. I really should have done it over the summer when it was nice and warm and humid out. But I figured today it was going to be warmer. I think tomorrow is supposed to be warmer, so I can probably get it done now, just in time for trapping season. But basically what I'm looking at doing is, this is my Rossi RS-22 calibered and 22 long rifle. That is a Simmons 3x9x40 scope on the top. The Butler Creek sling, Alpine ammo slicker with Velcro pouch here. This got the extra place for an extra magazine, and it carries extra shells. I did a review on this gun back at the end of trapping season. You can go back and watch that video. It's in a video with some other stuff. So I not only owned the gun for like probably a couple weeks, so I hadn't even really got to shoot the thing yet. But now I've had it. I've actually been doing a lot of target practice with it. It's a tack driver out to 50 yards with that scope. I've been buying up as much 22 ammo as I can when I find it. Originally I bought the scope to be a trapline gun. Here in the state of Georgia, it's required that you have to have a 22 long rifled 22 LR calibered gun, whether it be a rifle or a handgun, to carry with you on the trap line. By ways for terminating animals. It's the most humane way to do it. It's quick, painless, get it done, get it out of the way. I'm gonna probably end up doing a more detailed review on the gun in the future, but basically for today, what I was trying to get at before I knocked all this stuff over was I'm gonna take the top half of the gun off, and all I'll have is a synthetic stock left, and I'm gonna paint this synthetic stock camo. For now, I'm not gonna do the action or the barrel or the scope. I'm just gonna leave the wrap on the scope. So Rust-Oleum makes a line of camouflage paints. Specifically says camouflage. I'm sure a lot of other people have seen them. They're dark earth tone colors. They come in matte, and I think they may even come in maybe a shiny or a gloss. I don't know. I'm only interested in the matte. So I guess like everything else, the paint supply must be like nearly sold out or something. So they didn't have but one color, which is this camouflage earth tone here. It's a green. It's a matte or flat green. So I went ahead. This is just a brown. It's a earth color, flat enamel, made by Rust-Oleum as well. And then another. This is actually a textured color. So originally I had planned to use the green. I was wanting to use a darker olive drab color to do the base with, and then more light colors to do the rest of the camo with. I found this textured stuff, and I thought it would be kind of cool to have the stock textured, almost like a Line-X bed liner. So I'm probably gonna coat the stock with this first, then do the rest of the camouflage over it, so it gives it a textured feel. And then of course I've got the matte clear, so I'll be able to clear it, give it an extra coat of protection, and it'll still maintain that matte or flat look. To break the gun down, all I need is a Phillips head screwdriver. There's 2 bolts. Take the 2 bolts out, and the barrel and the action and all pulls straight away from the stock. And so I'm gonna bring you guys over here and show you what I was originally planning to do. And I've kind of strayed away from that. I think I'm gonna do something a little different, but I've had a lot of people talk about this when I've had it out. So this is what I call my Bigfoot trailer. This started out as a white trailer, then I had it painted desert tan at one point. Then I went and I painted the whole trailer the dark olive drab like you see, and I printed out those Bigfoot silhouette, trace it onto a piece of paper, cut that out, then trace it onto a piece of cardboard and use the cardboard as my stencil. Then I used desert tan and black to go through, and I call it my Bigfoot camo. This is an off-road trailer that I pull behind my truck. I've done an axle over on it, 31 1050s. New tongue. I've still got to extend the tongue. Anyways, a twin size mattress fits in there, and we pull it behind the truck for the kids to sleep in when we go do overlanding stuff. So I was gonna print out small Bigfoot silhouettes, and I was gonna do Bigfoot camo on my gun, but I started looking around and doing some research into this whole painting thing, and some of the guys online that I was watching had some pretty cool camo patterns without using that. So I think I'm gonna do my own camo pattern, but I'm gonna kind of mimic some of the things that I've seen them do before. And I did this type of camo last trapping season. I built my own live trap, and I painted it black, and then I used pine needles from a pine branch to make it camo. But something I never thought about is black really isn't a natural color. Like when you're walking through the woods, you may see something that you think is black, but it's probably just a shadow, because black's not a natural color. You're like maybe gray, dark grays, browns, light browns, greens and light greens are probably your more natural earth tones. So that's what I'm going to do. Since the stock is black, I'm going to coat it one whole time with the textured, and then I'm going to go over the textured with the green and the brown. I'm probably going to do some leaf patterns, probably some pine needle patterns, maybe some like stick patterns on there. I'm just going to try to make the gun blend in more. And just a disclaimer, I'm not a huge fan of camouflage at all. I don't hunt in camouflage. I usually wear jeans and a flannel. I just killed a deer 2 days ago, and I was wearing jeans and a flannel in the deer stand when the deer walked up on me. I was in the deer stand yesterday, had a big bear walk up on me, jeans and flannel. So I don't buy into the whole camouflage hype. I never have. I was raised with an old school hunter who hunted in jeans and a flannel his whole life and killed probably thousands of deers. So I've never been a big fan of camouflage, especially since now it's like a fashion trend. Like everywhere you go, someone's always wearing camouflage. They've got camouflage everything, camouflage lingerie, camouflage socks. I mean, most of this camouflage stuff doesn't even really need to exist. You know, I get it if you're hunting turkeys or animals like that that are rely on their vision a lot to see. You're definitely going to want to wear camouflage, and I will wear camouflage in those circumstances, but for like deer and stuff like that, for the most part, I don't. However, with the gun, I just, you know, the gun's a hunting gun. That's what I bought it for. That's what it's going to be used for. It's going to get beat up. It's going to get abused. And so I thought it would be cool just to go ahead, throw a coat of camouflage on it, and see how it turns out. I mean, worst case scenario, it's going to look like shit, and then I just have to clean all the paint off and either leave it back stock black or try it again. So guys, stick around. I'm going to break this gun down and we'll start the painting process. Probably will never use the iron sights since I've got the scope on it, but there's the scope. And sorry, I think these people try to come in my driveway a lot, but so I think this is it. This is all that's all I've got to do to really get it to a point where I can paint it. I am, however, going to take the butt plate off. Inside I have a bunch of contents for survival stuff, and I'm not going to paint the butt cap, but I'm going to paint the rest of the gun. That way it kind of keeps it, kind of gives it something to be broken up with. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. Now when you buy the gun, it comes hollow already, and it's hollow all the way up. So I customized this kit to put in mine, and this is just me being me. Lighter, paracord, duct tape, got 25 rounds of extra ammunition, zip ties, a little small butterfly knife. And that's it, really. So now the gun is actually in a spot where I think we could probably go ahead and start getting ready for paint. So I'm gonna put these with the butt cap, put them over here, and I may try to get these sling mounts off as well. Because if not, they're just gonna rub the paint off anyways. And so, pretty simple. Okay, so now this is just a bare stock. What I'm gonna do now is I've got some purple power. I'm gonna go in and get a rag and some purple power, and I'm just gonna kind of wet the rag and kind of dab around the stock, try to get all the oil off of it, get it nice and degreased, and then we'll put the first coat on it. Stay tuned. All right, so basically all I did was I got a bandana and purple power. I advise getting a little bit on the bandana and testing a small spot before you just put it wherever, because I have seen purple power turn things like a chalky color and actually have like a chalky residue on it. Didn't happen. It was still a little wet, so I took some paper towels, dried it off. Now it's nice and clean. So I'll put this to the side, and now we're ready to spray our first coat. So with this stuff, just make sure you shake it really well, especially with it being colder outside. The paint's going to be a little thicker, so just make sure you get a good shake in there, and maybe even stop a few times while you're spraying to shake it, which I will do. Also, if you're in an area where you're worried about something getting oversprayed, or if the wind's blowing, you might want to not do it in that area. The wind is blowing a little bit today, but I'm not too worried about it right here at the back of the truck, getting everything overspray. So I'm just gonna shake this up real good, maybe do a couple test sprays, and then we'll give her our first coat. Keep messing with it, see if I can finally get it to work. Okay, so back to what I was saying originally. This paint is very thick, I guess because it's textured, so you really gotta shake this thing up to get any pressure on it. And it's very runny, so you're gonna stay pretty far back. Alright guys, it's been a few hours. I had to respray this thing a few times because I kept grabbing it before it was dry. And some places still aren't right, but it doesn't matter. So once the initial coat was done of the textured, I went back with the green. I think it's this guy. Yeah, so I went back with this one and just laid the pine needle on there and sprayed it. Didn't show up worth a crap, so, but it did put this weird green color in there, so I went back and sprayed the pine needle with brown, and now it's turned it into a nice little camouflage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do that same thing on this side. I already went through and I sprayed some green on it. Do a little green right here, maybe a little green right here, and then I'm going to take the brown now, shake it up a little. I'm just going to lay the brown over and hit it a few times. If I can do it without knocking everything over. Actually, I'll just tear this off. And I'll just do it like this. And so doing it like this ends up leaving a nice little camo pattern on it. That I'm pretty happy with. So this will probably be the final outcome of it. Now that I've got it covered, the majority of it in brown, I may come back and hit just a little douse of a little bit more green here and there. So something about like that. This green's just a weird color. It didn't show up very well on that other color that I'd already painted. But that's okay. It's gonna end up turning out all right, I think. I'll let this dry and then I'll come back and do the clear coat on it, and then it'll be ready to go back together. And this is probably the way I'm gonna leave it. This will blend in really well with the woods here. So it should be nice, go nicely. I may hit some of these spots that I missed. I didn't realize that I missed that big of an area. Then of course, there's always something. Almost be better to start over at this point. Nah, I ain't gonna start all the way over. I'll use it like this for a while until I get tired of it, and then I'll do something else. All right, we're gonna let it dry. I've got some more stuff to do. Y'all stay tuned. Good morning, everyone. So, never got back with you last night about the rifle. I ended up having to go run some errands yesterday afternoon. Then I ended up slipping into the woods and doing a little bit of hunting yesterday afternoon for about an hour and a half before it got dark. And then I finished the rifle up last night. So I didn't end up doing a clear coat on it because it didn't turn out quite the way I expected. I'm not gonna say I'm disappointed. I'm not 100% happy either. I'm happy with the texture, but the colors could have been a little bit different, and that's what I get for being impatient. It's my own fault. What I really need to do is wait until it's warmer weather and then go buy the right color paints that I want, which I'm probably going to end up doing. Man, that sun's right in my face this morning. So I'm gonna give you all a look at the gun and the finished product after it's all back together. So I ended up bringing the gun in because it just wasn't drying yesterday. I was having a hard time getting it to dry. And every time I would touch it, it would make a smudge, and then I'd have to repaint over it. So I ended up bringing it in last night after I got back from hunting, and I set it in front of a heater and let it dry in front of the heater, kind of bake it a little bit. This morning it's nice and solid paint, so I just went ahead and put everything back together while I was drinking my first cup of coffee. So I'll show you guys the finished product. Here it is. So the design actually turned out, I like the way it looks. It just could have been darker. That first coat of paint I put on, I think, was the issue. It was so light. I mean, you know. So maybe when I do it next time, I'll find a darker textured paint. Let's see if I can block this on. There we go. You can see a little better there. But maybe I'll find a better textured paint, a different color, darker color, and I'll do it in the dark color first and then use light colors to make the designs with the pine branches. But I wanted to go ahead and get it back together this morning pretty quick. I'm leaving in a few hours to go on a public land big game hunt, and I'll be gone for a day or two. So I wanted to get it done so I can bring it along, just in case. It's going to be on a WMA, so I could squirrel hunt too when I'm hanging around camp or whatever. So I just went ahead and put it back together off the video this morning. That way I could get it done. And so that's that. If you guys got any suggestions of how I could maybe do it next time, just leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about it. I don't know. Like I said, it wasn't really meant to be an instructional video, just a video to show you, hey, this is what I'm up to. Because there's plenty of other instructional videos out there, and I'm not the greatest teacher. I just come up with ideas and then get ideas from other people that have already done it, and then put my idea and their ideas together to make a new idea. Anyways, catch you guys on the next one.